Caught between the twisted stars, the plotted lines, the faulty map that brought Columbus to New York. Betwixt between the east and west, it comes to her wearing a leather vest, their season shudders to a halt. A diamond crucifix in his ear is used to help ward off the fear he's left his soul in someone's rented car. Inside his pants he hides them out to clean the mess that he has dropped into the life of Julia Bell. And Romeo wanted Juliet, and Juliet wanted Romeo. And Romeo wanted Juliet, Juliet wanted Romeo. Romeo Rodriguez squares his shoulders, curses Jesus, runs his hands through his black ponytail. He's thinking of his lonely room, the sink that by the bed gives off a stink that smells of perfume in her hair. Her voice is like a bell. Outside the streets are steaming, those crack dealers are dreaming of a doozy someone had just scored. I bet you I could hit that light with my one good arm behind my back, says little Joey Diaz. Hey brother, can you give me another toast? Those downtown hoods are no damn good. Those Italians need a lesson to be taught. That cop who died in Harlem, I hope he gets the warning. I was laughing when his brains ran out in the street. Romeo wanted Juliet, and Juliet wanted Romeo. And Romeo wanted Juliet, and Juliet wanted Romeo. Take Manhattan a garbage bag with Latin written on it that says hard to give a shit these days. Manhattan sinking like a rocket to the filthy Hudson, what a shock. Wrote a book about it, said it's like ancient Rome. The perfume burnt his eyes, holding gently to her thighs. His something flickered for a minute, then it vanished and was gone. Singing out Proud Mary as she cruises Christopher Street. And some southern queen is acting loud and mean where the docks and the badlands meet. This Halloween is something to be sure, especially to be here without you. There's a Greta Garbo and an Alfred Hitchcock and some black Jamaican stud. There's 5 Cinderellas and a leather drag, I almost fell into my mud. There's a Crawford Davis and a Tacky Cary Grant, and some homeboys looking for problems down here from the Bronx. But there ain't no Harry, no Virgin Mary, you'll never see those faces again. And Johnny Rio and Rotten Rita, you'll never hear their stories again. This celebration somehow gets me down, especially when I see that you're not around. There's the Born Again Losers and the Lavender Boozers, a crack team from Washington Heights. The boys from Avenue B, the girls from Avenue D, a Tinkerbell and tights. It's a different feeling that I have today, especially when I see that you've gone away. And there's no Peter Pedantic saying things romantic in Latin, Greek, or Spic. There's no 3 Bananas, no Brandy Alexander dish and all their tricks. It's a different feeling that I have today, especially when I see that you've gone away. There's a girl from Soho with a t-shirt saying I blow, she's with the Jive 2+3. And the girl for paid dates, they give and cut rates, why else they're doing it for free. The past keeps knocking, baby, on my door. And I don't want to hear it anymore. No consolations, please, for feeling funky. I gotta get my head above my knees, cause it makes me sad, and sad makes me mad. And then I start to freeze. In the back of my mind, I was afraid it might be true. In the back of my mind, I was afraid that they meant you. At the Halloween parade, at the Halloween parade, at the Halloween parade. See you next year at the Halloween parade. Halloween parade. Wow, wow, ooh. 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 Halloween parade. To the dirty boulevard, fly away. To the dirty boulevard, I wanna fly. I wanna fly. I wanna fly high. Fly away. Fly, fly away. I wanna fly. Fly, fly away. Oh, babe, I wanna fly, guy. Hey, fly away. The man, if he marries, will battle his child, and he'll have endless excuses. The woman, if she marries, she'll do much the same. Thinking that it's right and it's proper. Better than their mommy or their daddy did. Better than the childhood that they suffered. The truth is they're happier when they're in pain. In fact, that's why they got married. for celebration, no time for shaking hand. This is no time for backslapping. This is no time for marching band. No time for optimism. No time for endless thought. This is no time for my country, right or wrong. Remember what that brought. There is no time. There is no time. There is no time. There is no time. No time for congratulations. No time to turn your back. This is no time for circumlocution. This is no time for learned speech. This is no time to count your blessings. This is no time for a private game. This is a time to put up or shut up. You know it won't be here again. There is no time. There's no time. There's no time. No time. Time is active, frivolous. The time is getting late. No time for private vendettas. This is not a time to not know who you are. You know self-knowledge is a dangerous thing. The freedom of who you are. This is no time to ignore warnings. No time to clear the plate. This is a not be sorry after the fact. The time is getting late. This is no time to turn away and drink. Smoke some vials of crack. This is a time to gather force and take their aim and attack. This is no time for celebration. There's no time for saluting the flag. This is no time for inner searching because the future is at hand. No time for phony rhetoric. No time for political speech. This is a time for action because the future is within reach. There is no time. No time. There is no time. Oh, baby, no time. Say he didn't have an enemy. His was a greatness to behold. was the last surviving progeny, the last one on the side of the world. Measured half a mile from tip to tail, silver and black with powerful fins. They said he could break a mountain in two. That's how we got the Grand Canyon. Last great American whale, last great American whale, last great American whale, last great American whale. Some say they saw him off of the Great Lakes. Some say they saw him off the coast of Florida. My mother said she saw him in Chinatown. But you can't always trust your mother. Off the Carolinas, the sun shines brightly in the day. The lighthouse glows ghostly there at night. The chief of a local tribe that killed the racist mayor's son, been on death row since 1958. Oh, the mayor's kid was a rowdy pig. Spit on Indians lots worse. The old chief buried a hatchet in his head. Life compared to death for him seemed worse. The tribal brothers gathered in the lighthouse to sing, try to conjure up a little storm or some rain. The harbor parted, the great whale sprang straight up, full up, causing a huge tidal wave. Wave crushed the jail and freed the chief. The tribe let out a roar. The whites were drowned, the browns and reds set free. But sadly, one thing more. Some local yokel member of the National Rifle Association kept a bazooka in his living room, thinking he had the old chief in his sights. Blew the great whale's brains out with a lead harpoon. Last great American whale, last great American whale, last great American whale, last great American whale. Americans don't care too much for anything. Land and water are the least. Animal life is low on the totem pole. Human life's not worth much more than infected yeast. Americans don't care too much for beauty. They'll shit in a river and dump battery acid in a stream. They'll watch dead rats wash up on their beaches covered with oil. They complain that they can't swim. They say things are done for the majority. Don't you believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. It's just like what my pen friend Donald said to me. Stick a fork in their ass and turn them over, they're done. kid that I could kick around, a little me to fill it with my thoughts, a little he or shit to fill it with my dreams, a way of saying life is not a loss. I keep the tack away from school, two to him myself, keep him away from the poison of the crowd. Then again, pristine isolation might not be the best idea. It's not good to try to immortalize yourself. Beginning of a great adventure. Beginning of a great adventure. Why stop at one? I might have 10. A regular TV brood, I'd breed a little liberal army in the woods. Just like those redneck lunatics I see in the local bar, with a tribe of mutant inbred piglets with cloven hooves. I teach them how to plant a bomb, start a fire, play guitar. You see a hunter, shoot him in the nuts. I try to be as progressive as I could possibly be, as long as I don't gotta try too much. Beginning of a great adventure. Oh, beginning of a great adventure. Great adventure. Susie, Jesus, Bogart, Sam, Leslie, Jill, and Jeff, Rita, Fran, Winnie, Andy, and the Jet. Boris, Bona, Lucy, Ethel, Bunny, Reg, and Tom. That's a lot of names to try not to forget. Carrie, Marlon, Mo, and Steve, LaRue, and Jerry Lee, Eggplant, Rufus, Dummy, Star, and the Glob. I'd need a damn computer to keep track of all these names. I hope this baby thing don't go too far. I hope it's true what my wife says to me. I hope it's true what my wife says to me. I hope it's true what my wife says to me. She says, Lou, it's the beginning of a great adventure, baby. Lou, beginning of a great adventure. You know what I say? Take it, Lou. It might be great to have a kid that I can kick around, creating my own image like a god. I create my own forebears to carry me to the grave when I'm a wise and toothless old clod. Some gibbering old fool drooling on his shirt, some senile old fart sitting in the dirt. Might be great to have a kid I can pass something on to, something better than rage, pain, anger, and hurt. I hope it's true what my wife says to me. I hope it's true what my wife says to me. I hope it's true what my wife says to me. It says, Lou, babe, it's the beginning of a great adventure. And I says, Sylvia, how you call your love boy? Oh, Sylvia, how can you call your lover man? And if he doesn't answer, Lou, why don't you take a walk on the real wild side? I says, baby, our love is strange. Oh, baby, 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 our love is strange. Depend on your family. You can't depend on your friends. You can't depend on no beginning. You can't depend on no end. You can't depend on no intelligence. You can't depend on God. Can't depend on only one thing, baby. You need a busload of faith to get by. 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 Can't depend on the worst always happening. You can't depend on a murderer's drive. If he rapes somebody, you can't be sure that she will have to have his child. And if she tries to abort it, pro-lifers will attack her with rage. You can't depend on the worst always happening. You need a busload of faith to get by. 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 Depend on the goodly-hearted. The goodly-hearted, they made new lampshades and soap. Can't depend on no sacrament, no Father, no Holy Ghost. You can't depend on any churches unless there's some real estate that you want to buy. You can depend on the worst always happening. You need a busload of faith to get by. 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 A busload of faith you give us. You can't depend on no miracles. Can't even depend on the air. You can't depend on any wise men. You can't find them cause they're not there. But you can depend on cruelty and crudity of thought and of sound. Can depend on the worst, always have done. Oh, you need a busload of faith to get by. 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 Ooh, busload of faith to get by. Sick of it. Oh, baby, I'm sick of you. Said there were 400 dead in some small town in Arkansas. Some whacked out trucker drove into a nuclear reactor and he killed everybody he saw. Now he's on board Downey and he's glowy and shiny. Doctors say this is a medical advance. They say the bad makes the good and there's nothing to be learned from a human experience. I know one thing is true. I'm sick of you. Oh baby, I'm sick of you. Well, they ordained the Trumps and then he got the mumps and died being treated at Mount Sinai. And my best friend Bill died from some poison pill some wire doctor prescribed for stress. My arms and legs are shrunk, my food all had lumps. They discovered an animal no one's ever seen. It was a whacked out trader eating a rubber tire after running over Rudy Giuliani. They said that the president's dead, nobody can find his head. Been missing now for weeks, but nobody noticed it, babe. He had seemed so fit. I'm sick of it. And I'm sick of you. And I'm sick of you. Oh, baby, bye-bye. Baby, bye-bye. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. Bye-bye, baby, bye-bye.
I don't know, but I believe there's something so meant to be, and that you make a better me. Every day I know I never thought that dreams come true, but you saw me that day too. You know that I learned something new every day I love you. 'Cause I believe that destiny is out of our control, and you never leave until you love with all your heart and soul. It's a touch when I feel bad, it's a smile when I get mad. All the little things I am, every day I love you. I believe that destiny is out of our control, and you never leave until you love with all your heart and soul. If I ask, would you say yes? Together we're the very best. I know that I am truly blessed. Every day I love you, and I give you my best. Every day I love you.